Each night, my family gathers around the dinner table. It's become a tradition for us. We don't just sit down and devour the meal. We pause, we grab a Christmas card, we pray for that family, we say the blessing before we eat. Then, as we share the meal, we go around the table and play a game that we call High-Low Buffalo. Each of us will share our highs from the day, our low, and something random that happened. There's something sacred about that moment. See, each of us takes our seat. We pause after a long day, scattered by work, school, responsibilities, and demands, and we come back together. In a way, our dinner table has become a sacred space. Some of my fondest memories as a child are of being around the family dinner table too. As a child, I distinctly remember the longing to sit at the adult table, gazing over from the kids' table. We all wanted a seat there. We watched, we waited, we longed. Now, as a father, when we gather for larger meals as a larger family, I see that same desire in my own kids. Matter of fact, this past Christmas Eve, I gave my seat to my daughter and I joined the younger kids instead. And in that moment, I found myself reflecting back on those childhood memories. The image of a family gathered around a table is a powerful image. It represents the fullness of family life. And in many ways, it mirrors what it means to belong to the family of God through Christ. When I turn to today's daily Mass readings, I'm drawn to that bigger picture. In today's Gospel, Jesus is in a home, perhaps preparing for a meal, when his mother and his brothers arrive and they stand outside. Unable to reach him, they send a message inside, and Jesus asks, "Who are my mother and my brothers?" Not to belittle Mary or those close to him, but to reveal that his true family is made up of those who do the will of God. In the first reading, I'm drawn to King David, dancing before the Lord with abandon as the ark of the Lord is brought forward. David offers burnt offerings and peace offerings. He blesses the people in the name of the Lord of hosts. And then he distributes food to everyone. A loaf of bread, a portion of meat, and a raisin cake. But all of this before they return to their homes. What greater image of both of these readings do we find than the Mass? Lately, my family and I have been attending the 5:30 p.m. daily Mass for this exact reason. To end our day in the house of the Lord, to dance before the Lord with abandon, and to receive the greatest meal before we return home. What challenges me in today's readings is not only where I fall short in obedience, but how I approach the Mass itself. You see, King David disregards his royal dignity, his social status, and he completely ignores the opinions of others. He holds nothing back. He simply rejoices before God. That's what our family table feels like. No pressure from the outside, no performance, just belonging. But is that how we approach the throne of God? Do we see ourselves sitting at the children's table, gazing toward the adult table, longing for a seat? The good news is this, guys. Jesus already has a seat for you and I. The question is simple. Will you take a seat?